Hey everyone, Dave here, Model Talk for Life. Welcome back. First and foremost, I hope everyone and I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas holiday season this year. I know I did. Most enjoyable part of the holidays is being able to be fortunate and spend it with your loved ones and family and friends, and I hope everybody out there was able to do the same. So hope everybody's Christmas went well. And I am also looking forward to New Year's Eve, and I hope you guys out there have a safe and happy New Year's Eve as well. With that said, Star Trek. Past week I was able to work on my Enterprise. Made a little bit of headway. I got some Aztecing done and a little bit of painting, not much. So that's where I left off. Hopefully this evening I'm going to start working on putting the primer on the nacelles and start making some progress with the nacelles. And on that note, speaking about the painting, what I had done, and I got it right here in front of me. So the saucer section, I made some progress here. If you look on the bottom, you'll notice that I've got those 10 squares on the bottom half of the saucer finished off. And if I get close enough, you should be able to see them. And they turned out really well, actually. One thing one thing that really helped that go along smoothly was something that I tried for the first time on this model here. And it has to do with the masking tape that I'm using. So just to go over that really briefly here. Now I'm sure everybody's familiar with this. This is your standard Scotch masking tape, Scotch painter's tape, sorry. And I'm sure everybody who's worked with models has used this at one time or another. This is the only masking tape, or painter's tape, sorry, that I have only used since I've got into modeling over the past 2.5 years or so. This is the only tape that I've been, familiar with, and I've used it a lot. This is my third roll, and yeah, it works good. I mean, it does the job. Believe me, there's far worse masking tapes that you could use than this, but this is just the standard Scotch painter's tape, multi-surfaces, part number 2090. This is what I use, and it's worked well. However, I've read some discussion forums, and I've got some pointers. Now, I know if you go to your hobby store, you've probably seen or even have it on your workbench, the Tamiya masking tape. It comes in a small little roll. It's like a yellowish color, or like a yellowish tannish color. It's I believe it's made by Tamiya. I have never purchased that stuff. However, one thing that I was told to use was this stuff. And it's made by Scotch. I believe the part number is 6404. And what it is it's automotive pinstriping. Again, it's blue. It's made by Scotch. It's 1/8 inch thick, so it's very thin. And you can cut it down even thinner. I mean, you can just put it on like a plate or a cutting board and with a ruler or a straight edge, and then just use an X-Acto knife and cut it to whatever thickness you want. But this is fine line tape, so it's very thin. So the difference between this big stuff and this pinstriping is the thickness. And I don't mean thickness like width. I mean thickness as in, so when you peel it back and how thick the tape is. Sure, it doesn't look, masking tape sure doesn't seem like it's very thick, but when you're airbrushing and you're putting fine coats of paint on, it makes a big difference. And I didn't think it would at first, because I've never used this stuff before. But after using this for the first time on this saucer, wow, what a difference. I mean, the difference is that when you use this, you don't have to worry about paint going underneath or bleeding underneath your tape. I've had bleeding happen with this stuff. And really, I mean, if you look at it really close up, you'll notice that the paint is really rough. I mean, and when you lay that down on on your styrene, I mean, there is gaps. You might not really notice it, but with your eye, but it's still rough. Whereas this vinyl tape is not rough. It's very smooth. It has a good tack to it. It's not high tack, which you really don't want high tack, just because if you're applying masking tape to your final coats of paint, you certainly don't want something that is very sticky. So I would have to say this is about medium tack. It's a little bit tackier than this, but not by much. It definitely does not hurt your paint. I've used it, and it's worked. It turned out really well. And as far as it being so thin, so after you spray on your paint and you go to peel it off after it dries, or not very long after you spray, you leave it sit a little while, and then when you peel off the masking tape, it leaves the sharpest and crispest. Is that a word? The sharpest and crisp lines that I've ever seen since I've started painting models. So I would highly recommend this stuff, and what's nice about it is you get 36 yards of it. I'm pretty sure with Tamiya you don't get 36 yards, and for the cost I paid $8 for this stuff. It's a little difficult to find because you can't go to like you can't go to Target, you can't go to a Menards, you can't go to a Home Depot. This is specifically in auto body stores, and specifically for auto stuff. Now you can find it at like a AutoZone. You can find it at a O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Some have them, some don't. I found this at a more specialized auto detailing center near my place, and I got it for $8 actually, and that's the cheapest I've been able to find it. I think O'Reilly's has it for like $12 or $11, $12. But I mean, like I said, you get 36 yards, and that lasts you quite a while. Again, that's the Scotch. The part number is, I believe it's 6404. I got the receipt right here. Sorry. Yep, item 6404. I think that's the number. Correct me if I'm wrong, but look for it. It's a lifesaver. So anyway, I got that finished. So here in the next few days, I'm going to hopefully get to the Aztecing. Actually, I might wait till next week, because this week is Match-A-Texture week. We'll see how ambitious I am. So yeah, I've gotten all the Aztecing on the top. I have all my marking and other decals that go around the bridge and the impulse engines. I'll probably do that tonight, possibly, depending on how motivated I am. So that's where I'm at with that. And that's that. Not much else to talk about at the moment. Kind of off the subject of modeling, one thing I just can't get out of my head this whole weekend that I'm just so excited about, and I just want to share my excitement. And if you haven't seen it, go on YouTube and watch it, because it's awesome. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, I'm sure you're aware, if you are a fan of the Lord of the Rings, you are aware that Peter Jackson's in the process of making The Hobbit. I've been waiting and waiting for the official trailer to come out for The Hobbit, and it's out now. And I'm sure most people have already seen it, but if you haven't, just do a YouTube search and check out The Hobbit's official trailer. Oh my goodness sakes. I can't tell you how excited I am. I might have to wait a year for the movie to come out, but I have a feeling that movie is going to be just as good as Lord of the Rings, or if not, well, I don't want to say better, but it'll be really close, I think. I can't wait. So anyway, I just had to say that, just because I'm excited. So that's that. Not much else going on in the world of modeling for me. I'm going to be working on my country house this week, and I'll give you an update as far as that goes. And that is that. So I hope I hope you have a good week this week, and have a safe and happy New Year's Eve this coming weekend. And we'll keep in touch after the new year. Take care. Have a good night.